The 2027 Bugatti Tourbillon has just been unveiled, but the company's new boss, Mate Rimac, is already looking ahead to his next challenge. Mate Rimac aims to be the first in a line of Bugatti CEOs to introduce a second consistent model to the lineup. This new model might be a Grand Tour with a naturally aspirated V16 to rival the Koenigsegg Gemera, or an SUV. A conversation with Rimac during the Tourbillon backgrounder late last year in Berlin provided some insights into his thinking. Our first clue comes from the car that almost became the new Bugatti Tourbillon. Early internal meetings with Volkswagen and Porsche executives to discuss the successor to the Bugatti Chiron heavily focused on EVs, specifically an electric hypercar or an electric SUV inspired by the concept Bugatti Spartasuc and based on the Rimac Nevera. Mate Rimac said this would have been the easiest thing in the world to develop, especially considering Rimac was already building the Battista for Pininfarina. Yet, he was adamant this was the wrong direction for Bugatti. Yes to progress, but not at the expense of passion. In this case, passion meant a large V16 to anchor a cutting-edge triple-motor plug-in hybrid system. According to Rimac, Bugatti's customers simply aren't ready for full EVs just yet. Given modern emission realities and the performance benefits, the second Bugatti will almost certainly be a PHEV, not a full EV. The second clue is in the positioning of the new 2027 Bugatti Tourbillon. Bugattis have always been luxury goods, but with its new 4.3 million PHEV hypercar, Bugatti is also aiming to be considered art, even going so far as to spin up a design team. The team's purpose? To ensure the chassis looks as pretty as its Type 57 SC inspired exterior and intricate cabin, complete with watch-like dials and crystal switchgear. When considering a second Bugatti, Rimac explains that the more useful a luxury product is, the less value it ultimately retains. In the automotive world, this means collectors will prefer an uber luxury sports car over an SUV with the same starting price. Rimac sees value in a Bugatti that seats more people than the Tourbillon and its predecessors, but he seems unconvinced a Bugatti SUV is the proper path forward. He points to the Koenigsegg Gemera as a clever model to mirror. The Gemera appears to be a conventional two-door mid-engine hybrid supercar, but it cleverly packages a 2+2 seating into the cabin. A stretched and restyled Tourbillon could very well satisfy Rimac's desire for a four-seater Bugatti that retains its intrinsic value without becoming a commodity car. Another possibility some experts believe is that the next model might be the spiritual successor of the Galabeer. The original Galabeer concept was axed because VW Group reportedly didn't like the design. Rumor has it that the 5-door liftback would have been too bulbous in production guise. Instead, the Veyron's replacement was prioritized, leading to the birth of the Chiron in 2016. Fast forward to 2024, and Bugatti isn't ruling out launching a car with a 16-cylinder engine mounted in front of the driver. While the Galabeer had a twin supercharged 8-liter W16, its spiritual successor would use the naturally aspirated 8.3-liter V16 from the Tourbillon. Speaking with Autocar magazine, the company's director of design, Frank Hale, was asked whether the engine, co-developed with Cosworth, could be relocated to the front. We can shuffle bits around. That's obviously not a confirmation, but these meticulously chosen words leave room for interpretation. In addition, Bugatti's director of design, Frank Hale, also hinted that a front-engined model might happen one day. When inquired whether it would be possible to put the V16 at the front, Achim Atscheid's successor said, "Certainly. I mean, look at the Type 57 SC Atlantic. It's front-engined, so maybe later. But for now, we are super happy that we went this way. Even if it's on the agenda, a front-engined Bugatti is unlikely to happen anytime soon. Deliveries of the Tourbillon aren't going to start until 2026. Meanwhile, the ultra-luxury Marquis based in Molsheim is busy making the Mistral Roadster and the track-only Bolide as the final chapters in the W16 book. Production of the regular Chiron ended recently. It would make sense to put that V16 in other cars since it's an all-new engine. Bugatti surely wants to spread out the costs of developing the hybrid powertrain by launching additional models. The Chiron already had a more diverse portfolio than the Veyron. The company could kick things up a notch now that there's new management, with the Rimac Group holding a controlling stake. Rimac knows history's headwinds are against him. Bugatti has come close to introducing a second model twice in the past 3 decades. In the mid-90s, just before it went out of business for the second time, the company was close to introducing the EB112 sedan to join the EB110 supercar in its lineup. The EB112 was an Ital-design-penned 2-box 4-door sedan powered by a bespoke 6-liter V12 producing 455 horsepower and paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Bugatti Bugatti promised a 4.4-second run from 0 to 60 miles per hour and 186 miles per hour top speed. Had Bugatti released the EB112 as intended in 1995 or 1996, it would have been among the fastest sedans in the world. Unfortunately, the company folded amid a recession in September 1995 before the EB112 could reach customers. Bugatti's next owner, Volkswagen, tried multiple times to produce a stablemate for the Veyron and then the Chiron hypercars. The first effort was the 2010 16C Galibier concept. This four-door sedan blended the stillborn EB112 styling cues with the then contemporary Veyron. The sedan, which was supposed to sticker for $1.5 million, was notably powered by the Veyron's 8-liter W16, losing its 4 turbochargers in favor of 2 superchargers. The engine was moved from behind the cabin to under an elegant nose that paid homage to Bugatti's pre-World War II heyday. Despite initial interest from Bugatti customers, though they reportedly demanded changes to the interior to make it more luxurious, dysfunction at Volkswagen as Bugatti churned through CEOs shelved the program in 2013. The Galibier was brought back to life again briefly in 2016, but by the time Rimac's predecessor, Stefan Winkelmann, took over in 2018, it was dropped in favor of an SUV. Though images have never been leaked, this fastback coupe-like electric Bugatti SUV was far enough along in the design process that the company began shopping this early version to potential buyers. With VW already considering selling Bugatti to a Porsche Rimac joint venture, the budget for further development was unallocated. With the company officially in Rimac's hands in 2021, it's likely this unnamed Bugatti SUV was the one he fought hard against in favor of what ultimately became the Tourbillon. That's all I have now on the upcoming Bugatti. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.